Fake news. That first Christmas story 2,000 years ago. But it wasn't newspaper reporters. It wasn't the news media. And it was not the Bible. The Bible never said Christmas was on December 25th. Quite the contrary. It was very clear that they said the shepherds were out into fields tending their sheep and even awake at night to protect the newborn lambs from the wolves. In 2020, many of us now know Christmas was probably in the springtime. Now, Caesar Augustus creates the first census, ordering men to return to their homeland with their families and be counted. So Joseph, who was living with his wife Mary, who was pregnant in Nazareth, had to migrate to Bethlehem. And to quote the Bible, it was so populated because of this event, there was no room for Joseph at the inn. Not for lack of funds, but no vacancy signs were all over Bethlehem. Now, what a lot of people do not realize is stables where the animals were kept was often attached to the house. That's not the scene Hallmark gives you in their Christmas cards. And if it wasn't attached to the house, it wasn't that far away from the house where the cows, the sheep, and even horses were kept. And the scenario of that first Christmas, there was probably 100% chance that a midwife was present helping Mary deliver her baby. Now, Joe, being a righteous man and wanting to take care of his family, knew who Jesus was. To the world, he was Joseph was the father. But the first thing Joseph most likely said when Jesus had to be born in a manger where the cows and the sheep and the horses ate their meals, first thing Joseph probably said was, "Oy vey, oh Lord, forgive me. Who would think it would come to this?" But by the next day, he was out of there, making his way back to Nazareth. Now, this journey of the Magi, if you think about it, M-A-G-I, that is short for magician, which is what these supposedly wise men were, they certainly were not kings. The Bible never said they were. They were not from the Orient. They said they were simply from the East. That could be East Jerusalem, could be East Syria. Doesn't have to be the Orient. And certainly, the Bible never said there were wise men. The Bible never said there were three. There were three gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So we assume there were three carriers of these, one for each gift. In all likelihood, we know they were astrologers. They plotted the stars. They were closer to a sorcerer or a fortune teller or a seer. They were not astronomers. They were looking for signs in the stars. So I have a friend who's Jewish, seems to know more about Jesus than a lot of Christians. I asked him, he says he's a little bit intrigued with this man. Anyway, he said, it took a long time for these wise men. He goes, wise men? They'll probably be more like the Three Stooges. If they were so wise, they should have never gone to Herod and told him where Jesus was, knowing that he would kill them. Oh, yeah, I want to pay homage. Okay. Not too wise. Mo, Larry, and Curly. But who said there were three? The Bible never said there were three. It could have been more. They could have had their slaves with them if they had slaves. They had to have some people carry. They came with camels. All right. They didn't have three small boxes. They had a big chest with them. They believed in omens. And they knew in their hearts someone spectacular is coming into history. So that first Christmas was not the one you see in Hallmark or a Cecil B. DeMille movie. But you can't blame the Bible, because the Bible tells you like it really was. And that's the way it was 2,000 years ago.